Beijing takes steps to contain the coronavirus after new cases surface. Mass testing of residents in the Chinese capital's largest district is now underway as people prepare for a possible hard lockdown. Well, for more on this, we are joined by Olivia Seong joining us from Beijing. Olivia, thanks for coming on board. As Beijing braces for a rise in COVID-19 cases, how are locals reacting to this?
Well, right now, there is a sense definitely that there is increased concern among Beijing residents about what lies ahead. Lots of chatter that there may be tougher COVID-19 prevention measures being put in place as we've seen an increase in the number of COVID-19 cases being reported here in the capital. Yesterday, 22 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed, and today another 14 cases were confirmed and 5 asymptomatic cases. And no doubt these numbers are small compared to many other parts of the world where the COVID-19 infections are much higher in terms of caseload. But over here, the anxiety is on several fronts. There is a sense that more cases may be uncovered here in the Chinese capital. And number two is China's zero COVID approach. Many people here in Beijing looking to what those in Shanghai are going through with that lockdown that has gone on for several weeks now. Many people finding that the situation in Shanghai had been unthinkable. This cosmopolitan economic hub of China, with people placed under lockdown unprepared and facing difficulty finding food and necessities. And so people here in Beijing want to be prepared in case that may happen here. And so what we have seen overnight is that I had been to several supermarkets as news of this new wave of infections had been announced. And in the supermarkets, many people were streaming in, even up till late at night, trying to grab food and any other necessities that they needed. Shelves was swept clean. There was very little fresh vegetables left, if any at all. Eggs were gone. Many people at the supermarket, the staff were telling me, had been pre-ordering instant noodles by the carton to be collected the next day. A staff also saying that they would be staying overnight, they told me, to replenish stock in these supermarkets. Now, another thing that is happening here as well, if you look behind me, in those blue tents, mass testing is underway here where we are in Chaoyang district, and that is where most of the cases here in Beijing have been found. Now, Chaoyang district, to give you some context, is the largest district here in Beijing. We're talking about 3.5 million people in the central area here, and what has been ordered by authorities is 3 rounds of testing in the coming week. And so we have seen long queues of people lining up to get tested, and these makeshift COVID-19 testing centers sprouting up around this whole area, inside residential compounds, outside office buildings as well. And the real concern here, some people are saying, is that with the mass testing, that there may be more cases uncovered, and there is a concern that once a case is uncovered with China's zero COVID policy, this may mean a lockdown of the building that they are living in, and so people want to be prepared for this situation. Have a listen.
火腿是运气快来了吧，怕人到时候没隔离不能吃饭，那就是方便面、火腿儿、奶粉什么的。
就是觉得这个备一点东西嘛，因为最近疫情也比较紧张，以防万一吧。虽然不会出什么大问题，但是还是有一点心里面不慌。大家感觉还是该生活生活，该工作工作，没有受什么大的影响。
我这人不会做饭，所以我就没有买什么生鲜什么的，全是一些自加热的便面啊，一些现在不是有一些自加热火锅什么的啊，都买这个啊，买了得有1个多月了吧，就以防万一呗。但还是相信政府没什么大问题，但是备着嘛，有备无患。
It really seems like a frantic and intense situation. How are the Beijing authorities reassuring residents?
Well, officials are trying to tell residents that there is enough food supply and there's no need to panic at the moment. That is also the narrative that is being pushed by Chinese media. But when we stopped by a supermarket just a short while ago, we still could see that there were many people still trying to stock up on food items, although the shelves in the supermarkets had generally been replenished. Now, e-commerce grocery platforms are also saying that they are kicking in that emergency mechanism to stock up on meat, eggs, poultry, milk, and these food items to ensure that there is enough supply for everyone. They are also saying that they're going to be stepping up their manpower of delivery riders to get these goods delivered to residents here. But the last I checked on one particular delivery platform that I tried to place an order on, it still said that I was not able to put down my order because there weren't enough delivery riders to make that delivery as well. There is a sense also that more cases could be uncovered with this mass testing. Also, as Chinese officials have said, that the situation is grim and that the virus could have been spreading here in the Chinese capital invisibly over the past week, and that there's still a very high risk of transmission, and there's been a call for the city to spring into action to clamp down on this. And so this is causing concern about what is to come. Also, given that China is reporting a death toll today of 51 new deaths, all in Shanghai. And this is the highest death toll that has been reported with this latest COVID-19 outbreak, the highest death toll that's been reported in the last few weeks. So there is concern, and even though there's lots of uncertainty, one thing that officials have said is that they have to continue this zero COVID policy, because if they were not to do that, there could be disaster, as the health facilities here would not be able to cope with a surge in cases, and that could lead to other consequences. So there really is some sort of anxiety, and Beijing really just bracing for what's to come.